Okay, yesterday you got all your puzzle pieces cut out. Today you're going to use your puzzle pieces to make 10 ionic compounds. So if you notice that your puzzle pieces, some of them are cut like this and some of them are pointed so they would fit together. And we talked yesterday how ionic bonds are between positive ions, metals, and negative ions, nonmetals. So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out how these things fit together. So I can fit these two together to make a compound. And then maybe I'll try to do magnesium. And if I look, there are two little places to open up. So I'm going to try to do this chlorine here, and it fits. The only other thing I can add here would be another chlorine atom. I can't come in with a fluoride because atoms just don't bond that way. Here's another chlorine. And that would be another ionic compound. I'm going to find 10 matches using all my puzzle pieces. And when I find the 10 matches, each time I'm going to fill out my information sheet for that compound. Okay, once you find a compound that works, like these ones fit together and they match, I'm going to fill out my information sheet for this ionic compound. So the first thing that it asks me is what the cation name is. So cations are positively charged. So whatever the one has a plus on it is the one I'm going to write down. So I'm just going to write Cu plus 2 is my cation. I'm not going to write out copper 2 because I don't have very much room. Then it asks me the number of cations. So how many puzzle pieces are Cu plus 2? I have one puzzle piece that's like that. The next column is my anion name. Remember, anions are negatively charged. So whatever has the negative charge is the one I'm going to write. These iodides are both -1. So I'm going to write I minus 1. Number of anions, I have 2 puzzle pieces. So when I have 1 copper and 2 iodines getting together, they're going to make a compound, and I want to write its formula. The way you write the chemical formula is you take the cation and you write it first. You take the anion and you write it second. So I'm going to write copper. I only have one of them, so I don't need to include a number. Iodine is next. And there are 2 of them. So I need to put a little number 2 down here to show that there are 2 iodine compounds. Iodine atoms. I don't have to put the 1 because copper, the Cu tells me that there's 1 there already. And the last thing I have to do is figure out the name. And these puzzle pieces actually give you the name. So you just write the cation first, the anion second. So the cation's name is copper 2. The anion's name is iodide. So I'm just going to write copper 2 iodide. You need to do 10, so 10. So not the whole sheet, but you need to find and name and find the formulas for 10 ionic compounds. And then on the back of the sheet, there are 6 questions for you to ask. This 6th one is a bonus question. I want you to try it, but if you don't get it right, it won't count against you. So find your 10 compounds and answer your questions.